Welcome back to Timbersmith Decoys. My name is Travis. Today we're going to be working on our walleye decoy that we started in the last episodes. We got it all roughed out. Today we're going to be carving the scale details and the head details. We'll be refining it more as we go along. I have our drawing that we're going to be going by. We're going to use this. We're going to cut it out, use it to carve out the details. We'll be transferring it onto our decoy. So I'll get the camera set up and we'll be right back. Alright, we're going to get started on our gills here, so I'm going to take and cut this out quick. Do is we'll call rough eye hole. Okay, so now I'm going to mark my eyes, make sure that they're in line with each other. Okay, so now I'm just going to take and cut each portion of this off. And now I use the mouth and this top corner in order to line up all my gills. Alright, so I'm going to go finish off doing all this, marking it out, and then I'll bring you back. So we have our pattern all cut out. We got it all traced out, both sides. They're exactly the same. I got it all, the pieces right up here that I used. So now we're going to take our X-Acto knife, or what I use is my X-Acto knife. Fresh blade here. When I'm working on a top decoy here, I'm going to take and use a fresh blade. Now I'm just going to trace around the lines. Wood is always fun. And it's always fun to make sure that you're getting it on camera. And so like I said, like showing you the rough out video, I use a lot of power carving to rough out. Doing all the detail work, I switch over to a X-Acto knife and I'll whittle away at it. Now on my, like this wood here is red cedar. There's a lot better woods to carve on, but I like cedar for the just simple fact of it's, being that these are decoys, it's mold resistant. It does have a water shed ability, I guess, to where you shouldn't have to worry too much if it does get wet, because hence why they make all of the like saunas and that kind of stuff out of it. Now being I'm going to carve this out right into this line, I'm just going to mark that line where it swoops down, just so that I have a reference of where it's at. Alright, I'm going to finish this off, get the other side done, and then I'll bring you back when I'm got it all finished up. So we got that all roughed out. Now I'm going to take and put in my eyes just a rough outline, or not all the way deep as they're going to go, but just part way. So now we're going to take and give this all a quick sand. And all I'm doing here is just knocking down all the rough edges. I'll go through and give it all a better sanding when we work on, once it's all done. Now this portion will be taken down quite a bit. It'll be actually down probably 1/8 to 1/4 inch down lower here, where the body actually meets the gills. And then the top here will have a V in it, if I'm remembering right, looking at my reference photos. So roughly here. And then the eye sockets have to be dropped down a little bit. And then there's a bunch of detail work that goes up here. But we'll break out our rotary tool. Being those aren't real sharp edges, they're just indents. And this is the same time I can go and just clean up any little shavings that I see in here. The red cedar isn't the best for carving because the veins are pretty hard. The dark spots get pretty hard. White cedar, I guess, is a better wood, nicer to work with. But I couldn't tell you for sure. I can't find it up around me right now, so. Switch over to my little 1/8 inch fine ball bit burr. Alright, so I've got some reference photos here on my phone. And I'm just going to draw in some of the reference guide and what I want to do here. I did make the eyes bigger. Alright. To the point now we're getting pretty well close up done with our head detail. I'm going to do some sanding here and then we'll see where we're at. Now with the sanding, just remember, you don't want to sand all your detail away. And I get all the rough edges out of there. But you don't want to totally, I don't totally smooth it out, because when I see real fish, they aren't totally, to me, aren't totally perfectly smooth. There's some fish that aren't. But I kind of like fish that are just a little more kind of scarred up, and I hope I'm not getting my head in there. But we'll sand this, and then when I get satisfied with it, we'll come back. Now under the gill plates here, I'll take this a little bit down more with the sander and that, but we're also going to be cutting into the gill plates here, so I'm not going to worry about getting all that sanded out really, really well. Because when I start working on the body, then I'll start working on that. I got the little gill folds. I don't know exactly what they're called. You just want to make sure you're symmetrical on each side. Once again, come in with the X-Acto for the knife. Salt my lines. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and sand on this for a while, and then I'll bring you back. Probably call it a day when I get done sanding on it here. So, alright, we'll see you in just a second. Alright, so we're pretty much wrapping it up here on the head. We got to add the nostrils in. Alright, there's the head. I gotta still work a little bit on the bottom of the mouth, but just running out of time for today, so this is where we're gonna wrap it up. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a safe day, and God bless everyone.